Hello and welcome. This is Tina, and this is the transformation of Tina, and I am Tina, your host. And I and I normally talk about weight loss on this channel, but my 40th birthday is steadily approaching, so I had some other things that I wanted to work on as well. So if you are interested, please stay here. We are currently up to 47 subscribers. So welcome to all the newbies and welcome back to all of the oldies but goodies. So I'm going to make a video today, and I don't know if this microphone is working, but I just got it. So this is just a test. Testing, testing. Um, I'll see during the playback if it's actually working or not. Okay, so it's the end of the year, and sometimes people make resolutions, and then some people are opposed to resolutions. So I'm just going to say that since it's the end of the year and people tend to be in a more reflective mood, it would be a good time or opportunity to make some transitions in your life and and set some goals. So I came back. I have an idea, so I am going to just share it with you, and you can decide to do it or not do it. But I think it might be helpful this time of year as we set goals. Um, so let's get into it. Okay, now what you're going to need is either 4 index cards or or if you don't have index cards, you can take a piece of paper and fold it in half and then fold it in half again. Oh, I should have brought a piece of paper, but I assume you guys know how to fold a piece of paper in half. Um, but for example, I'll have this. This is kind of like the size of a sheet of paper. So you have it folded in half and then folded in half again. This is if you don't have index cards. And then you'll have 4 pieces, and then I would cut them out, or if you don't have scissors, you can tear them on the fold. But you really need to have 4 pieces of paper, and I'll tell you why that's important in just a few minutes. Okay, so you'll need 4 pieces of paper, 4 index cards, whatever, 4 little pieces. So basically, and I have some little notes. I don't know if you guys can really see them, but basically, each index card is going to be a overall goal that you're going to set for you to concentrate on, or an overall area of your life that you want to concentrate on. And they're going to, and since there are 4, there are only 4, because they respond to they correspond to like the 4 seasons of the year, or the 4 quarters of the year, however you want to look at it. So, what you're going to do, I'm not a teacher, so you're going to have to bear with me. But what you're going to do is you are going to set an overall area of your life that you want to work at. Now, we're going to start for the first quarter of the year, which would be January, February, and March. So, I want you to think of the most pressing area of your life. Now, I did an example for you guys, so just stay with me. The most pressing area of your life. Now, since I mainly talk about weight loss on this channel, I am just going to say health for mine, but you guys pick whatever option you want. It doesn't have to be weight loss related or health related. For example, Christmas was yesterday. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Christmas was yesterday. So if you know that now, we are all friends here. We're going to have to keep it real. So you don't write down what you think I want you to write down. You write down what's really important in your life at this moment. If you know that you are having financial issues or that you overextended yourself this holiday season, I want you to write down financial. I know you're on terzepatide, or you might think about being on terzepatide or whatever the case may be, but you have to self-reflect and sit with yourself and see what the most pressing issue in your life is. So don't feel obligated to write something health related down. It doesn't have to be. It could be financial. You know, you overextended yourself this holiday season. You're in a rut. Your credit card bills are due, and you need to write that down. It could be a relationship. You know that you aren't talking to your kid, or you know that your sister is mad at you and that bothers you. You know that your mom and you aren't on good terms. Whatever the case may be, whatever the most pressing issue is in your life, I want you to write it down. So, um, so once you write the pressing issue down, um, for so we're gonna just do one for example. I'm gonna do one for example, and then you guys are gonna come and just do whatever, um, after you guys get a chance to get all of the necessary equipment. I mean, all you really need is pen and a paper. But if you don't have that handy, you can just, you can either pause this video now and go get it, which might be the thing to do, so you can all really be thinking about it at this once, or you can just do it after the video is over. It's totally up to you. So you're going to write your first area that you want to concentrate on in the new year. So I wrote health on here. I don't know if you can see that. And then I just put January through March. Now, just because I put January through March doesn't mean that in April we're just going to throw all caution to the wind and start eating Cheetos. But I'm going to explain that a little bit later. So you write your overall theme for the area. So it's going to be health. That's what I wrote on this card. And you write it on the front of the card, because on the back of the card you're going to be writing steps. So I hope I'm doing a good job of explaining this. Okay. So I wrote health on the front of this card. And then on the back, okay, so you're going to focus on the one area that you're going to put on your card. So I put health on this card. And I'm going to give you some examples so you kind of can understand where I'm going with it. Okay, let's see. It looks like we have health and as the overall theme of the season, so to speak. So of the first quarter, I'm going to really focus on health. And then I put some steps on things that I could do. So number one, I put diagnostic. So that means scheduling or getting your eye exams, dental exams, yearly physicals. I'll be turning 40, so it'll be time for me to get my first mammogram. So I put that down as one step towards my overall health goals. Then I put for number two, eat more veggies and fruit. And then I said, have veggies and fruit at least twice daily. So now these might not apply to you because you might be vegan or vegetarian and eat a lot of veggies. So you put whatever will help you reach whatever goal you put on the front of the card. And then for the third, because you're going to only put 3 on the back. For the third, I put gym. And then I put go to gym at least once a week. So I put that down. Now, if you're a gym rat, don't put gym down. Put whatever will work for your particular situation. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to snowball these things. Kind of like Dave Ramsey talks about. So you're going to work on your diagnostic the first month out of this first quarter. And then the second month, you're going to work on your second thing, which would be eating more fruits and veggies. And then the third month is gym. So, um, so the focus in the third month would be gym, but you're still going to be doing the things from one and two. Now, for diagnostic sake, once you get all of your yearly things done, you might not have anything else to do, but you can regularly check your blood pressure and your blood sugar and monitor that. If you notice something is going wrong, like, oh, people are talking and it's like, blah, 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 you know, maybe you need to go get your hearing checked. So that might be an option. Or maybe you might have a history of like breast cancer, but you haven't had a mammogram in like 5 years. Maybe you want to schedule that. So think outside of the box how you can still continue to do these things, but each month you're going to add on a new step within your goal while still doing the other steps. So, for example, this is for January through February. So, in April, I'm not going to forget about health. I'm still going to be thinking about health in the back of my mind and still doing these steps that I need to do. But then I'm going to add on a new topic. So, whatever the second most important thing would be, then you do it in the second month, in the second quarter, and then in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter. But you're still going to go back to the things that you did in the first quarter. You're just going to be adding on new habits while still doing your old habits. So I hope that I explained it well. I know it might have been a lot. So if you have any questions or confusion, please remember to write it down in the bottom, in the comments. But we have you have about 6 days or so. Just put 7 days and say a week. You have a week to really think about these. And as the year changes, you might need to prioritize or change some things. If you're an overachiever, maybe 3 things might not be enough for you. So you want to add 6. You do you. Ideally, I like for you to do 3 steps for each goal. Well, at least 3 steps for each goal. But if you need to do more, do more. If you know that this is going to be a bit much for you and you need to do less, do less. It's very customizable. So think about that during um, the next week or so, the next few days, about what 4 areas in your life that you want to transform or change. So if you have any comments, just put them in the if you have any comments. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. If you have anything that you want to add on, please feel free, put it down below. If you are new and you like what you see, please click the subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications, just so you can be alerted every time I drop a message. Well, that is it. That is all. I'll talk with you guys later. Have a good day. And if I don't see you again, which I might not see you again for real, um, please have a happy new year and a safe new year. And I'll see you next year. Hey guys, I just looked at like the last video that I worked on about the goal setting, and I realized that I left off a very important part that I should have said was, if you're not able to do all 4 of them right now, that's okay. Just do one, because you really are only concentrating on one goal at each quarter. However, the most important thing, which I don't think I really talked about much, was you want to make sure that you're constantly going back and revising and making changes and reflecting throughout the year. So, which I didn't really say that, but I probably should have said that. So, say after the first quarter, maybe in April or so, you're going to reevaluate whatever your first goal was and see how the steps you put in are working or aren't working. So if they are working and you want to add on more, of course you can do that. But still be cognizant that you have to go to the next goal. So you have to go to the next card. But you just want to be constantly reflecting and making changes to and refining your goals and your steps. So, for example, I think I put diagnostic as the first one on the health card. But okay, maybe once you get everything scheduled and you do all your tests, you don't really have anything else to do for the year because you know how insurance is. So instead of that, then maybe you might want to replace that one with something like self care, where you're working on some other health related self care challenges. Like if you know it's a struggle for you, as like maybe like your appearance or something. Like you know that you struggle with your appearance, so you want to do something like, oh, I want to, you know, deep condition my hair once a week, or I want to, like, get pedicures from a reputable and safe establishment, or even do the pedicures at home. Or since it's health, you want to work on maybe adding supplements or vitamins, or, getting DEXA scans. A lot of people in the GLP-1 community really like to get those. So, whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're constantly refining and reevaluating your overall goals and steps, even as you move on to the next step. I don't know if I really explained it well in that first video. Well, in the earlier video, I'm going to put them all together in the same video. But I don't know if I really explained it well, that the whole thing about the four cards were relating to the four seasons, and then the whole thing about the three steps was relating to each month within the season. So I just tried to do it that way. So at the end, if you done it, I don't want to say correctly, because there really is no correct way to do it. But if you done it correctly, at the end of the year, you would have worked on four important areas of your life, and it would have took you about 12 steps to do it. So just, I think the most important part is going back and constantly being in the state of reflection and evolution, and needing to adapt or change the goals or steps as you see fit. So, that's the main overall arcing issues. However, if you know that you're going through some things right now and you're just feeling overwhelmed, don't get caught up on having the four goals now. You can just concentrate on one goal, because you're just concentrating on one goal and one step at a time. It shouldn't be something that's overly difficult, or maybe it needs to be challenging to a certain extent, but it shouldn't be something that's further overwhelming you if you're already overwhelmed. So, that's what I mainly wanted to say. So, we will, I don't think that I will share the ones that I eventually come up with you, guys, but I just wanted to say, since it's that time of year and people tend to be more reflective at this time of year, that this might be something that you can work on in your individual lives. And then I have it kind of like on postcards, so you can always put them away. They're not like some vision board that's out where other people might constantly see it and question you and all of these things. These four cards or four pieces of paper you can easily tuck away, and just keep something for you. So that's it. That's all. I hope I explained it well, but if I didn't, just ask the comments down below and I will answer them. Again, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for following my journey this year, and be well and be blessed, and Happy New Year.